Man, this is going to throw some of you guys off. Some of you that have been a regular follower or subscriber on the channel, you know that I've used Fidelity Pro for basically the entirety of my investing career. And we are making a switch today over to WeBull. So here we are using a new chart. And the purpose of this video is going to be teaching you guys how to utilize the WeBull Desktop Platform. I do have the version 4 of the WeBull Desktop, and we're going to walk you through everything you need to know about how to use this system in order to maximize your potential here in the program. So let's get into it. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Trace Trades, where we give technical analysis on different stocks in the stock market, as well as potential buy, hold, or sell opinions on these given stocks. I'd like to preface by saying that I'm not a financial advisor nor expert, so take what I say with a grain of salt. The reason I started this channel is because a couple years back I was about $30,000 deep in some medical debt, and I was very fortunate to have some close family, friends, and mentors that pushed me to work hard and invest my money, and I'm happy to say that not only am I now financially free, but I'm doing pretty well for myself at the age of 23. So if I can pass along any of the information, resources, or tools that are given to me here in the community, make a couple people better off than they were before, that's all that I can ask for. Last, if you would not mind dropping a like on the video, it really does help support the channel, and consider subscribing if you'd like to see more content like this. Now today, gonna roll up the sleeves for this bad boy because we've got quite a bit to talk about with WeBull. So we're gonna walk you through how to utilize this platform to the best of your abilities so that you can maximize your game on investing or trading. We're gonna walk you through the platform as a whole, how you can utilize a lot of these different tabs and stuff, how to use the charts. We're gonna walk you through different indicators, how you can draw on here to recognize levels of support or resistance or trend lines. We're gonna walk you through how you can fill an order. We've got your open positions or orders. We can walk you through that. We've got the level 2 here, which I do have a subscription for, just based on it does have very nice capabilities and things that you can use this for. Well, and the whole 9 yards. So let's get into the video and start off with what is this platform. Well, WeBull, if you're not familiar, is a brokerage account, which I do actually, I like this quite a bit. I was always a big fan of Fidelity, but if you've been tracking the channel for the last couple of days, you know that with everything going on with AMC and GME, the SEC, the hedge funds, I had my account closed against my will, against all guidelines, against what you would see in the guidelines within the brokerage, and I decided to switch out, and I'm coming over here to WeBull, and WeBull is a great platform that allows you to trade in the extended hours starting at 4 a.m. CST all the way up until 7 a.m. CST, or 7 p.m. CST, I should say. So if you're over on EST time, I think that would be 3 a.m. or 5 a.m. all the way to 8 p.m. So pretty solid platform, and it gives you an edge because this allows you to make trades on different stocks that you normally would not be able to. Like I know with Fidelity, I couldn't make trades until 6 a.m. So this gives me a 2-hour head start so that we can get into plays that might be time sensitive. We know they're going to run up, and you're trying to get the best possible price on the day. So we'll talk about that's the first thing that I'd like to say. Secondly, I do have an affiliate link in the description box down below for WeBull. If you're interested in getting some free stocks, you get 4 with a $100 deposit. If you don't care, that's totally fine. I just want to throw it out there. I honestly am just glad you're watching the video. So let's start off with these different tabs we have available for us. So we've got watch list, right? And what this does is it lets you track all of the different stocks that you want to keep on your radar, right? So for me, I've just got AMC pulled up right now, but you can have whatever you want in this overall watch list and add things accordingly. So if we click on this, it allows you to edit things that you want to see, right? So we can see the name, the Sparkline, last price, change percentage, whole bunch of different stuff, and then selected items. This just gives you different things that it will track, right? So the name, the Sparkline, last, change percentage, etc. If we come over here and click on this, it allows you to either maximize or minimize this so that you can keep track of different things at the same time. So please keep at least one widget in current layout. You can maximize this. It is already maximized. You can detach this watch list and drag it over to wherever you'd like. I've got 2 monitors, so if I wanted to, I could drag this over to a different monitor and allow myself to use this at the same time as other overall platforms. So one second quick. Okay, so as I said, it allows you to keep track of different watch list stocks. So here I've got recently viewed. If I was to so much as type in something like, let's say, OEG, right? It pulls up OEG back here. You can come back to your watch list. Shows you that you recently viewed that. You can see your positions in this tab, as well as your watch list stocks and all stocks, right? So if you want to add something to your watch list, how would you go about it? Well, if you come over here to the stocks tab on WeBull, you can click on this little tab right here and edit your watch list. And from here, you can add obviously to your positions unless you add it to your position. But if you click add symbol, you can just type something in. So for instance, I really like UAMI, US antimony. I can click that, click add. If I want to remove a symbol, I can click this, remove symbol, and it will so much as just simply do that for you. And then all stocks is a combination of your positions and your watch list stocks. So it's a great tool, and you can have this right here up on the side for the overall stocks tab, and it allows you to, go back and forth between multiple stocks at the same time if you would like to do so. So that's a great little resource that they've got here on the watch list. I do like that they have the all stocks, my watch list, my positions recently viewed. So if you type in a position, it does keep track. It's basically like a history tab for you to come back and be like, oh, I forgot what stock I was checking out, so I'm gonna come back here and check that stock back out, right? So that's one thing right off the bat. Now, if we check out stocks, right, this has a whole bunch of different tools and a plethora of options for you to look at. So right off the bat, we're going to look at AMC, right? And with AMC, it's a great and very easy to use chart. We're going to start off with the charts here. So to zoom in and out on the chart, you just have to take your mouse and you can use the little scroller and you zoom in and out with that, or you can use your keyboard and click the up key as well as the down key and hold it, and it will adjust the screen size on the chart. Now, one thing I don't particularly like is Fidelity Pro did have a zoom in and out button up here on the top right, where I could just click zoom in and then scroll it over to see exactly the price action that I want to see. But it is very easy to adapt to. You do just scroll in as such, and it does get you in on certain price action on the day that you are looking for, right? So the charts here, very easy to use. You can edit a bunch of different indicators on here. They do start you off with a couple of just plain and simple indicators. The MA, which is the moving average, which I do typically use. I did like to use the VAMA, which is the volume adjusted moving average over in Fidelity, but the next best thing that you can use is the VWAP. And these are two indicators that I do tend to use the most: the MA, the VWAP, the RSI, which is down here, and then the EMA, which is the exponential moving average. Basically just a valuation trend line, price action based moving period trend line. It's a great tool. So in order, you can see right here the exact indicators that I'm using. I typically use the EMA, the VWAP, the MA, and the RSI. And they do color coordinate, so you can see exactly what you're looking for. So for instance, the EMA, the 200 period EMA, is this purple line down here. This gives me a good idea of the macroscopic price action on the stock, right? You've got the VWAP, which is this gold line right here. Tough to see, it blends in a little bit, but if you zoom in on specific price action, you can see that here. This is typically best used for an immediate level of support or resistance if you're looking for a good entry on a swing trade, a day trade, that kind of thing. And then I do have the MA, the 50 period MA. So the VWAP is the 14-day, the MA is the 50. And I use the MA and the EMA to predict when you can expect a breakout based on previous price action, right? So here, if we click on draw, I'm going to click on this little rectangle right here and show you exactly when this happens. So we've got the MA, the 50 period MA, crossing over the 200 EMA. This is typically a bullish indicator, indicating that we see a trend reversal or an immediate level of price action that is not coinciding with the previous 200 days. Typically signifying unusual trading volume or unusual trading patterns, and this does line up. So for instance, with AMC, if you had decided to get into AMC when this first happened on the MA, the 50 MA crossed over the 200 EMA, you would have been able to get in at $2.86, and from there obviously we have hit $25.80 as a high. Now that's pretty cool stuff. I do like to be able to utilize that. So these are the indicators that I mostly use. The indicators tab is right here on the top left. So if you want to click on that, they do have these labeled for you. These are the Bollinger Bands. I don't typically use that. The MACD. This is typically a trend line that gives you an idea of momentum based on subtracting. I think it's the 26 period EMA from the 12 EMA. That'll show up down here. I don't typically use that. Like I said, I like to stick to the basics. And then volume. They do supply volume down here. It's very easy to see. So you can see the exact volume coming in on the top left of my screen right here. They've got volume 498,000 shares in this period of time, this 1 hour window. So very, very easy to read and usable tool. And if you want, all you want to look at is the charts, right? Well, you can do that. You can click here on this top right tabs button and click maximize, and boom, all of a sudden, all you have pulled up is the charts. Very nice and user-friendly tool here. And these are the main indicators that I use. So if you want to use a different indicator, right? These are the ones that they have available. They've got pivot point. I don't typically use that. They've got SAR. I don't typically use that. KC, IC. DC, edit indicators. You can come in here and edit the specific periods that you're looking for with all of your different indicators, right? So if I click on EMA, for instance, I typically use the EMA as a 200 period EMA. So what I would do, this was originally, I think, 5. So you can come in here and delete that, click 200, and it changes the period. So we can see that if I zoom this out, the EMA is this line right here, this purple one. And as I'm editing this, it changes the overall trend line. So 5 period EMA, you can see the huge spikes here. 10 period EMA changes. 100 period EMA, right? It changes as well. I use a 200. That's my typical go-to. So I will leave it set as such. And then you can change the style, right? So you can have multiple different EMAs if you wanted. I can click on this. Now I've got a 10 period, a 20 period, a 30 period. Now this is going to kind of clutter your screen. You don't want that many indicators, right? Try to stick to the bare bones, as much stuff as you absolutely need to have. Otherwise the charts just get cluttered and you're not going to be able to use it as much as you want. You can change the color on this to specifically what you're looking for, what you want to use. So that is a great tool. You can change it to a customized color if you'd like. And then introduction, this does tell you exactly what the EMA is, right? So the exponential moving average reduces the lag by applying more weight to recent prices. It's just basically a valuation trend line. And you can do this with any of these different indicators, right? The MA gives you an introduction. You can change the input to whatever period that you're looking for. The style, I use the 50 MA. I have it as a light blue line, etc., etc. The VWAP 14 period tells you exactly what the VWAP is. It's a great tool, right? So these are the indicators that I personally use. Now we're gonna come over to the drawings tab. This is the top left right here. Click on drawings, and you've got a couple different things that you can use, right? So we've got different lines. And the two that I typically stick to is the most simple stuff. You can use a whole different plethora of tools here, right? But I try to keep charting as simple as possible, and I will use the trend line and the horizontal line. So what is the trend line? Well, if we look here on the charts, we can see, just for instance with AMC, that we do have a upward stair-stepping trend right here. And what you're trying to do is connect as many possible candle wicks as you can to make this trend line more visible. And what this can do is predict future price action. This is kind of acting as a level of support, right? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different candle wicks touching here. So we can signify that this is a pretty solid acting level of support that has been identified by traders and investors alike. This is being respected on the charts. Of course, in these crazy times, technical analysis is being trumped by, by news catalysts, Wall Street bets, the hedge fund, all that sort of stuff. It's all being trumped a little bit, but typically speaking, in a normal acting market, this trend line is a very useful tool that can help you predict when to buy into a stock or the stock's future price action. So for instance, if you were looking to swing trade this stock and all of a sudden you see 1, 2, 3 different touch points here, well, at this point on the third touch point, if you had gotten in right here, right, looking for a swing trade, you could have bought in at about $9.60 or so, right? Or I suppose it wouldn't have been that. It would have been $10.46. And if you wanted to, you could have rode it up to the highest potential price point here, which would have been about $16. That's a difference of, $5.50 a share. You could have turned a pretty solid profit, right? So that's a great utilization and tool of these trend lines. You can come up here, remove the trend line at any time that you'd like. You can change the size of the line, the thickness of it, so it's easier for you to see. You can change the color. I typically stick to black just because it's easiest to see, but you can change it to any color that you're looking for. And then you remove it by clicking on this little garbage can delete button right there. The other tool that I typically use is the horizontal line. And this is used for leveling off support and resistance on a stock, right? So if you're not familiar with what support and resistance is, basically it's just a level on a chart that is being respected by different touch points on the stock, right? So just looking at this right now, what's a good level of resistance? Well, we can see here that we've got 1, 2, 3 different touch points being respected by $21.60. And if we want to move this, we can see that we've got 1, 2, 3, almost 4. If we bring this down just a little bit and get that touch point, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different touch points on candle wicks, 7. So this is a very justified level of resistance since we are trading under this currently. What's another good level of support, right? We've got 1, 2, almost 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different touch points here, 11 touch points here. So that's a good level of support. So in order for you to draw up a level of support or resistance, you can just come over here, click on this little tab, click horizontal line, place it exactly where you want on the chart. I'll show you one more time. Click on horizontal line. I'm just going to place this somewhere random. I see, oh, here's a candle wick. I want to put a level of support here. Just press it, and it so much as just places it down. And you can adjust it by moving it however you'd like to. Again, we've got these little tabs right here for you to change it however you would like. So that's what I typically use over here on the charting side of things. And then we're going to come over here, right? We've got parallel, polyline, and rectangle. So what does parallel do? Well, if we click on this right now, you can move this exactly how you'd like to. Typically as a trend line, I don't like to use this. I think that the overall trend line indicator and drawing tool is the best for me. But typically this is a good way of having a price zone, right? So let's say that right now we're seeing, you know, a typical price zone is swinging a certain direction. We've got a downward trend line. This can give you an idea of different price action and channels that you may be seeing. So that's a good tool for that. And then if we come over here to Polyline, you can connect different points on the chart, right? So here to here to here, right? I don't typically use this, but it is a tool that you can use if you'd like to. What I do like to use the most out of here is the rectangle. And I typically use this as a draw tool, but you can use this actually to give you an idea of price zones in which you'd like to get in and out of a day trade, swing trade. It can give you an idea of where to put a stop loss, right? So hypothetically, let's say that you are going to long this stock for a day trade, right? We see potential entry points. So right now we see that we've got, you know, quite a few different touch points down here, and you're looking to get in at this point. And we know that we've got a candle wick respecting down here at, what would this be, $6.73. So you're looking for an entry point, right? Let's say that you're looking to get in right around where this candle wick's touching. Well, based on the previous price action, you can say, okay, well, based on where we are right here, I'm going to set my trailing stop loss for, I don't know, whatever your risk mitigation is. We'll say 30 cents below that. And you can extend this however far out you'd like to, and it gives you an idea of when you should either exit your trade or enter your trade, and it's a great tool in that way. I also use this to mark different indicators, as I've seen here on the charts. So if we zoom in here, I'll use these rectangles to mark crossovers on specific indicators to help me predict breakouts, entry points, the whole 9 yards. It's a great tool to help with your charting. So that's what I'll typically use over here. And then if we come over to the Fibonacci retracement is a tool that I typically use for an idea of how a stock strength is currently going and giving us an idea of potential levels of support or resistance in the future. So this is a very easy tool to use. You simply go to the base of a run-up, you press click, and then you move this to the peak of the run-up, right? So we see that at $25.80. You can change the color of this if you'd like to. All the different colors are right there for you to use, and this will give us an idea of some potential levels of support and resistance that we might be looking at here in the future. So for instance, we see a retracement at 50%, right? We've got two different candle wicks touching here, a couple here in the middle. So that could be a significant level in the future. We can predict that based on this retracement, this may be a level of resistance, and it does actually line up extremely close to that previous level of resistance that I showed you. So it's a good way of predicting where you may see some resistance levels in the future. Of course, charting and technical analysis is never going to be perfect. You're never going to have exact touch points the way that you're looking, but it's a general science, right? We're using this to help predict the future price action. So another instance, right? We've got the 78.6% retracement, candle wick touching here, not being held up very well. 61.8%, however, we do hold pretty decently well. And the 23.6% retracement, we know that this is a level of resistance very close to the previous level of resistance that I showed you. So it can be a good tool to indicate, hey, this is where we might see some different price action based on what the Fibonacci is saying. And all this is telling you how much you're giving back based on the run-up, right? So if you gave back 100%, you'd come all the way back down to the previous low of $5. If you gave back 50% from this $25.89, you'd be sitting at $15.45. If you gave back 23%, you'd be sitting at $20.96. Very easy tool to use. I promise you, it's not hard to read whatsoever. So these are the typical draw tools that I'll use, and then you can also use text if you'd like to. You just simply click text, and then let's say that you want to keep track of a certain pattern on the chart, right? So we can see here that we've got a triple top. So you can type in, if we just click this right here, triple top, and hit save, and we can leave this wherever we'd like to and signify whatever we'd like to right here. So I'm just going to draw up a trend line, and I'm going to draw right here another trend line, and then you can click this stay in drawing mode, and it'll allow you to continue to draw in that way. And then I'm going to click on trend line, hit another one, and we can just edit it however we'd like, right? So I can see here, oh, we've got a triple top right there. and then you can label it as such so you can keep track of it here in the future. You want to get out of stay in drawing mode, just click stay in drawing mode, and it will get you out of that as well. Want to delete stuff, just click on that trend line, that level of support, click delete, and you're going to be on your way. So that's how we're looking right now. Man, my voice is being all goofy. I need to drink something. All right, back to our regular scheduled programming. So those are the typical tools that I will use here on the charts. And if you want to delete everything that you see right now, you just click delete all, and it removes all of your drawings, and you can start absolutely from scratch. And I actually like that a lot, because when I was using Fidelity, I'm sure you guys would know, my charts would be pretty cluttered because it takes a lot of time to just single out every single drawing and indicator that you have and delete it in that way. So if you'd like to go back to minimize screen, you just click restore on the top right there, and we will cover here the quotes, the level 2 books, the trade tab, this time and sales, all this different stuff. And basically all this is let's say that you're swing or day trading, right? And you want to be able to keep track of a bunch of different things while you're watching the price action. Well, the level 2, what this tells you is where we're expecting current orders to fill, right? So the bid, this will tell you exactly how much people are looking to pay for a given stock. So we can see right here, we've got 710 size, meaning that 710 shares are looking to be filled at $13.40. Currently trading at $13.45 is where we closed here in the after hours. So people are waiting to come down to $13.40 in order to get their shares filled. That's the most that we're seeing right here. Now the ask is when people are looking to sell, and 1366, we can see that's a significant level. This can be a predictor of future levels of resistance, right? So if we come to 1366, we can see there's a little bit of a wall here. We've got some candle wicks touching as of late in the charts. So people are looking to get out of their trade, 1,500 shares in size. It can be a good way of predicting where you're expecting to see some walls, some resistance, and the whole 9 yards, as well as if you're a day trader, being able to get your order filled, right? So if we know that somebody's looking to sell 1,500 shares, you can say, okay, well, I could probably buy those 1,500 shares if I want to right now for a quick swing or for a hold position, whatever you're looking to do. One thing that I did not cover here on the charts that I should come back to, the RSI, as I did state, coming over here in the indicators, is down here. You can use that, but the range, right? So if you want to change the chart layout, you can click on 1 day, it'll show you a 1 day chart, 5 day, it'll show you a 5 day chart, 1 month, it'll show you a 1 month chart, and then you can come and switch it over to intervals, right? So if I click on the 1 day, I can change this to a 5 minute, I can change it to a 30 minute, I can change it to an hour, day, week, month, and it'll show you candle wicks based on exactly what it sounds like, the exact interval that we are talking about right now. So that is that right there. And then another thing that's very cool about the layout here is you can have a whole bunch of different plethora of information, right? So we've got options. You can look at all the different options that are currently available. Notes, you can write notes on a stock, your game plan with a stock. News, it'll show you all the most recent news from a bunch of different sources, right? Which is huge. Financials is automatically pulled up for you. Analysts, we have a hold rating on AMC. That'll pull up for you. Order flow, it'll show you large, medium, small, overall size. The outflow, which is the sell, it'll show you that as well. Large scale orders in the last 5 days. Corporate actions, so you've got dividends, special dividends, releases. These are just different press releases. Profile, it'll tell you what the company is, what they do. And then the chart right here, as we saw, it will show you that. And you can organize these in any specific way that you'd like. Move them around in order of significance for you. Quotes, this will just show you exactly what the stock is running for, what it opened at, what the high was, previous close, the overall volume, average volume, which is actually a great tool to use. It can help you signify, you know, a breakout coming. Typically, volume is something that I pay very close attention to on a chart. The turnover, market cap, the low of the day, all very great stuff. Now we've got trade and active trade. Active trade is typically something if you'd like to get in and out immediately, you can hit buy 100 at market, buy 100 at ask, sell 100 at market, sell 100 at bid, and you can edit this however you want. So how do I say this? Additional hours, right? Extended hours. You can click yes if you'd like to fill an order in the pre-market or the after hours. Take profit is like setting a trailing stop loss, as well. You can set it however you'd like to. Very, very nice. And then you've got your orders tab right here. So let's say that you fill a limit order for 10 shares at $13.45. Once that hits, it will come down here. It'll show you your working orders, which are the ones that are not filled, and then it'll show you your filled orders, which is down here for you, and then your canceled orders. So if you decided to cancel an order because it was not filled, that will show as well. And then pending, partial filled, failed, all. And you can see everything that you'd like to see down here. The time and sales, this will show you in real time exactly what orders are getting filled on the charts. So for instance, we can see here 1 second before the bell, we saw 9,400 shares filled at 1347. It can be a very great tool to utilize, and it's not bad whatsoever. So that is the overall run through of what the stocks do. And I know this is a long video. I apologize. I'm trying to get this to be as informational as I possibly can. So now we're going to come over to the markets tab. And what is this? Well, we've got a whole bunch of different stuff here that we can see based on the current market, right? So we can see here the index chart, net inflow, advance and December, advancers and decliners, my bad. I don't know why I said December. That's funny. So we can see that, the overall global index, the Forex, news that's come out on different stocks. You can see a calendar, right? A whole bunch of different great tools here. It'll show you the tops, which are the top gainers, the most active, which will be, volume. You can change it to turnover. You can change it to range. Hot ETFs. You can see these, the ones that are doing well, the ones that are doing poorly. I typically pay the most attention to the actives, right? The ones that are seeing a huge change in volume or in turnover or in range. I typically pay attention to volume. That's my best. And this can actually be a way to find stocks that you're looking to get in and out of very quickly because it's updates in real time, right? So we can see that Sundial, for instance, had 1 billion in volume and after hours change of 0.23%. Market cap of 904 million, right? So that can be a good indicator to show you what you should be getting into, what you should look at. We've got 52-week here, hot stocks, marginable, etc., etc. The calendar, IPOs, very interesting stuff. And then industry, right? So we've got biotech industry, miscellaneous, natural gas, holding companies. There is so much information here, guys. It is absolutely insane. I enjoy WeBull a lot as a platform. I don't mind this. I honestly like it more than I did Fidelity. And then if you come over here to Screener, you can search different things that you're looking for, right? So if we type in, I don't know. Let's type in region. You're looking for something just in the United States. Exchange, you can look at all, right? Market cap, you can change the specific market cap that you're looking for. So let's say that you're looking for a market cap no larger than 200. It's in billions, so we'll put 2 billion, 0.2 billion. Oh, it won't let me do that. Let's say that you're looking for a market cap between 1 billion and 2 billion. You're looking for that specific size. You can change it to this length of time, and it'll bring up a whole bunch of different stocks here, right? There's filters. You can change what you're looking for in indicators. So let's say price. You can look for turnover, overall volume. So if I'm just looking for volume, right, we can change that and set it as such. So let's come back over here, and let's say that I'm looking for volume somewhere between 50 million to 100 million, like this. It'll pull up stocks that are trading that high. So we can see GME, AMD, NEO, PFE, Pfizer, Bank of America. All these different stocks are trading pretty high in volume, and it will show you a whole bunch of different indicators and things that you're looking for, right? So the Sparkline, which is the trend line, basically, the overall price action on the chart, the price, the change percentage, previous close, open, high, low, after hours, volume, average volume. Average volume is something I definitely pay attention to, and this is over a 3-month period. So the volume is trending higher on GameStop than it has over the past 3 months, right? AMD closed yesterday with more volume than we saw in the last average 3 months. Percent change. There's a whole bunch of different great stuff in here. And you can scroll from the bottom here and shows you a whole bunch of different stuff based on exactly what we were just talking about. So great tool there as well. Now, if we come over here to customized, you can choose a layout that you're looking for and use it in that way. So let's say that you're looking to look at multiple charts at once, right? We can click on multi-charts, and it will pull up multiple charts for you to watch at once. And that is a great tool. So if, let's say I want to watch OEG, and I also want to watch MVIS, it'll show you, I suppose it only shows you the one stock, my bad. But it will show you different time frames if you're looking to get different time frames. So we can look at MVIS on a 1 minute, on a 5 minute, on a 30 minute, and a 1 hour. This can be a great tool to help your trading. If you're a day trader and you're trying to get a microscopic and macroscopic perspective, you can come in here and use all the same tools that you previously had. So we click on trend line. You can draw up this trend line here. We see that on the 1 minute, right? But let's say that we're looking over here, and it does use this and shows you on all the charts as well, which is very cool. It'll show you that overall macroscopic picture. It'll show you that trend line on the 1 minute, the 5 minute, the 30 minute, the 1 hour. But then you can look here. Oh, okay. Well, actually, I can see that there is a trend line that follows over the last, this larger scale chart coming from the 13th of January to the 30th of January, and it will adjust that and show you this on all the different charts as well. So this is a great tool, guys. I'm telling you, it's not bad whatsoever. And then if you want to come back here to customize, we click on customized. You can hit a new layout, and it comes here. You can see normal, day traders, multi-charts, crypto trading. WeBull does have crypto trading. I don't think they offer Dogecoin. I get asked that all the time, but I don't think they do. Or you can just create a blank layout and make that however you would like to. So we can click on, let's say, normal, right? And this will pull up just the normal layout, and they've got tabs up here, just like you see on Google Chrome. So I can go back and forth. I can come from multi-charts over here to normal. They've got the overall chart. I can change between different stocks here. It'll show me the level 2s. It'll show me the time and sales. I can buy from here. I can see the quotes from here. I can see the orders filled from here. It is a great, great tool, and you can add, save as a customized layout, or add widgets at any given time. So here I can see chart, options, quote. You can add whatever you want here. So if I want to add options, right? Well, I just click on that little options tab, and then I can slap that on right here, and boom, all of a sudden I've got options available for me on whatever stock I'm looking at. And I'm going to change this over to OEG. Well, now I've got the OEG options chart available for me to look at. Come over here to account. You can see everything happening on your current account, right? So I can see that I'm currently sitting in AMC with $641 profit, and you can see all of your previous positions closed or the like. So you can see that I closed out of Inuvo on my WeBull account. I didn't have much money in that. I think it was like $100, turned $87 profit. GE, this was some of my free stocks that I received. Swin, AGI, free stocks that I received. It'll show your overall risk level, your maintenance margin, your initial margin, your account details. So you can see that right now I'm waiting for money to deposit. So WeBull spotted me basically that $989 so that I could fill a trade on AMC, right? And your total stock value is $1,909. So since they're still waiting for my $989 to be received and to get valued, I only have an account value of $920, right? But I have a stock value of $1,909. So once this does come through, it's verified. I will have a current stock value of $1,909. Like I said, I am transferring over my Fidelity account to WeBull. This will be the brokerage account that I'm using. You can see a whole bunch of different great stuff in here. So you can change to the 1 month, see your 1 month profit and loss, 3 month, 5 day, keep track of how you've been doing on any given day. So you can see that I'm up currently 53% on AMC, right? You can see your overall, if we come back to my stocks, we can see here, where can I show you this? 1 second real quick. Okay, so it's right here. So on the bottom right side of the screen, you can see my open positions, and you can see that I'm in AMC for 142 shares at an average price of $8.74. Total cost, $1,241. Position ratio, 100%. Shows you your unrealized profit loss. This is basically just your paper profit loss. No gain or loss is realized until you sell, as you all know. And that's a very great tool right there. Shows you your overall day trade that you have left. You can open an IRA if you'd like, apply for options trading, statement, crypto trading. It gives you your trade confirmation, your tax documents. Everything is laid out in a very simple and easy to use way. Shows you your over your day trading buying power, your overnight buying power, your cash balance, total market value, the whole 9 yards. And if you are interested in paper trading, which is essentially practicing your trading skills without using any real money, you can just come over here to paper trading and then choose, let's say, stocks paper trading, and it'll let you practice trading in real time with the market and see how confident you are with your current skills. So that is the walkthrough on the WeBull platform. I know this was an extremely long video, but I am going to be transitioning over to this, and I do know that I try to keep you guys as up to date with my investing strategies as I can, and I want to be able to allow you guys to understand what's going on with these charts. I want you guys to be able to use these charts and the platform to the best of your ability. That way you are ready to crush in the market and we can continue to make money. So that is what I have for you guys today. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a like. It really does help support the channel, and consider subscribing if you'd like to see more content like this. And as I said earlier, I do have an affiliate link in the description box down below for WeBull. $100 deposit, you get 4 free stocks valued up to a couple $1,000s. I will also receive a free stock. If you're not interested, I don't really care, my friends. That's cool. I'm just glad you're taking the time to watch my videos here today. So that is what I have for you guys. Thank you for watching, my friends, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.